Hi everyone, my name is Marena and welcome to my channel. I had attempted Neet last year. It was my first attempt, and just like anyone else, even I was anticipated of how the exam would be like. But when I went to my examination center and I started writing my paper, there were a few other things apart from the paper and the questions that disturbed me and could have influenced my performance negatively. So if you are a NEET aspirant or about to write any other exam, I would like to share with you a few things that I never expected to happen and probably caution you regarding the same. So let's get started. It was the 12th of September 2021, a pleasant Sunday. We left early morning to my aunt's house because her house was closer to the center. We had breakfast and then my aunt, my mom and I left home for the center. Now the exam begins at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but we are supposed to report at 11 o'clock or sometimes even 10. When we reached there, it was raining cats and dogs, and we had just one umbrella. And the entrance of the school was crowded and really disordered. And in all that commotion, a few raindrops landed on my admit card and smudged my roll number slightly. Now, fortunately, it was readable, so I did not have any problem because of that. But this is the first thing that I want you to take away from this video, that you need to protect your documents at any cost. You could probably take them in a file and remove them when you're asked to. Now, the next thing that happened was something I never expected. In my national level NEET examination, something so crucial as a turning point, my fellow classmates and I wrote the entire 3 hours without a functioning clock. The needles were stuck at 10:25 and they did not move. I had practiced all my mock tests with a clock and had strategized my paper in accordance with time. But I didn't have a clock, and of course watches weren't allowed. In that moment, I felt chills run through my spine, and I couldn't convince myself that the school had actually not kept a functioning clock during NEET exam. But once I was okay, I informed the invigilator immediately, but they did nothing about it. So that was the first wrong thing that happened on that day, and I think I had slowly begun to feel anxious about my paper. Now the next mishappening was during my writing time. It was, I think, just 30 minutes into the exam, and I accidentally marked a wrong option in biology. For example, if the right option of a question was A, I bubbled B by mistake. And the notion of me losing 5 marks already just because of carelessness shook me. But I regained myself quickly and told myself that it was okay and I shouldn't ruin my entire paper just because of one question. And so I continued. But sometime later, I did the exact same mistake in chemistry as well. It was a very easy question. It was something I knew, but I made a mistake. I marked the wrong option, and this meant that I was going to lose 10 marks just like that. And guess what worse could have happened? My eyes teared up and I broke down quietly. I was crying during my NEET exam, but I was careful that my tears shouldn't ruin the answer paper. But I feel that after that, I really slowed down and felt demotivated at that point. Without knowing the time, already lost 10 marks. Simply, I felt disappointed, and it definitely impacted my performance in NEET. In short, I would say that this is all game of your mind. The exam tests your knowledge, your practice, speed, time management, and also how you keep your composure during your exam. I probably had done well in all the 4 factors, but I failed in the 5th one. I've also heard reviews of students saying that their invigilator interrupted them several times during the exam, and also some of them were delayed to begin because of the teachers. Now, who would have expected this to happen to them? I never thought I would have any difficult problems except for physics. But it happened. So what can you do to avoid? When I told this to my parents, they said that maybe I should have practiced more mock tests. And I think they are right. This is a point I would really like to emphasize on, that you need to take your mock tests really seriously and attempt them under real pressure and learn to keep yourself calm during the exam. For instance, I used to complete my mock test 10 to 15 minutes prior to the finishing time. But on the exam day, I wrote until I was asked to stop. That's how messed up it was. Also, I had the habit of checking the time plenty of times during the exam to modify my speed or whatever, but I don't have a clock. So if you have that habit, I would really suggest to give it up. You need to keep a timer, but don't check the time in the middle of your exam. Once you start, just keep on going in the right speed. Because some things are just not in our control, but you could always be prepared for it. That's it for the video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel because there will be more such videos coming up. Thank you and good luck.